Hey, how do you do, guys? It's Bohemian. Welcome to the very first episode of my Everyman's Road to Glory. Now, this is going to be a FIFA 21 Ultimate Team Road to Glory series in which we're not going to be spending any money on the game because I don't have that extra spare cash lying around, nor are we going to be spending any exorbitant amount of time or anything on the game. That's why it's called the Everyman's Road to Glory, because it's a series everybody should be able to relate to and go along with. We're going to be looking to keep it to 1.5, 2 hours a day, not even every day, maybe every other day. I'll just be giving you some tips on how to make good use of your time, make good money, and most importantly, is having fun, because that's something I feel like is getting lost quite a lot in FIFA Ultimate Team. It's become so competitive and so serious, and we're just going to be focusing in between every once in a while, just to focus how important it is to have fun and how easy it is to have fun with this game, because it's a very fun game mode, and I think sometimes people just get way too invested in having the best squad and playing the best FIFA that you can, and forget that the point of it all is to have to take the most out of the experience and time you put into this game. Now, to start out with, I recommend you start out with a German starter squad. Currently, that is because one of the starter SBCs, you're going to need a German striker. You're going to get loads of those if you pick a German starter squad. However, that's just going to cost you, right now it's like almost 1,000 coins. Somewhere down the line, it's just going to be 200, 300 coins you have to pay for that. I would just advise you to stick to, if you have a preference because you're from one of the countries you can pick from, or just for any other reason you'd want to pick that country, just do it. The other reason I would recommend German in the first week, like we're still in a week of early access. Well, I think today the games are coming out actually, but when I recorded this, we were still in the first team of the week. And you had a team of the week consisting of a lot of players with German players with base cards which are non-rare, and you only get non-rare cards, and you can actually get a team of the week in your starter squad, which is pretty cool. Another bit of advice: you see at the start you can get any loan player. Now, a loan player, the player it replaces in your squad, that player is not going to leave your club. He's just going to go down to the reserve, so you're going to have him for later. And also, when you go into the picks as a selection, as I showed you before, you can actually back out of it if you don't like the selection you get, and you can go into a different position and see who's there on show. You can do this over and over until you find the player you like the most. We just went for Gnabry because we have a German contingency going on, and he's a good player. You got 5 games with him, so that's a good choice. And as you can see, a bit of a mistake on my part because I had already started the account, but I had like the Ultimate Edition because I went in with EA Access Pro, Play Pro, or whatever it is. And you get the best version of the game when you have that. But I didn't want to have an unfair advantage because I was because then it's not the Everyman's Road to Glory anymore. You know, not everyone has that. Obviously, it's so expensive. So I just deleted the account. I did a couple of things on there, but I decided I'm going to delete it. I'm going to go again from scratch. But the objectives I completed already, they were kind of just done, which was quite frustrating because that is the very first thing I'd advise you to do when you get into the game. Don't jump into a game. Don't jump into your SBCs. Just do those very simple starter objectives, like the ones where you need to get chemistry links and all that stuff, and just do them. And you can have a good basis of coins for the SBCs. The next thing I'd recommend is to go into the starter SBCs, do all the basic ones, and that will give you a good basis of players and coins to build your squad, and you won't have to go into your first game with a untradeable non-rare team, and you can actually have about 5 to 10k, I would guess, to get into it. Now, as you can see, we didn't get those boosts. We just got a premium gold pack. Sadly, it didn't contain anything very good in it. Yola is a decent goalkeeper. I'm very happy with that. And now you can see us finishing up a couple of those starter SBCs. Now, in the very first set, you want to watch out for a couple of things you don't want to use. You don't want to use the German striker I talked about. If you only have one English centre mid or CDM, you want to keep that one as well. In general, CDMs and left backs, just keep them. Like, if there's any way you can, just keep them. If you have, especially if they're from Germany or England. Germany or England is the big possibility because you're gonna have an SBC where you need loyal players, which is one centre back, one left back, and one CDM. We'll get to that one later. It was actually quite frustrating. I couldn't finish it for quite a while. Other than that, just don't think too much about these. You can't go too wrong. Don't use your right winger on your left winger. You're gonna need that one for another one of the upcoming SPCs. But that's pretty much it. Yeah, you get a lot of bronze plaques for this first, for the very basic set, for the Let's Get Started one. Basically what you do, you submit like, what is it, 7, 8 bronze players, and you get about 15 in return. So you just get a load more bronze players for the more advanced basic SPCs, be able to finish them. As you can see, we pulled a German striker. I just showed you back then. I recorded this like 2 days ago. He was going for like 1,000 coins. Every German striker was going for 1,000 coins. Sadly, he's untradeable, so we can't sell him. But we can use him in that SBC, although we already had a couple of German strikers. And what you get as well for that set is you get a 2 gold player pack. One of them rare, one of them non-rare. And you never know, all of it isn't tradable. You never know, you might get a very decent pack pull, and it just gives you a good base to start out with in terms of players. And in terms of the following SBCs you're going to do, you're going to get on a load of just gold players and maybe things to sell in the ones where you get tradable rewards. Sadly, we didn't really get lucky in terms of with the things we got. As you can see, our gold player pack contained Rafinha, which isn't too bad. He's good for SBCs, and he is not that bad a player for the very first few games. Good dribbling, good passing, good shooting, and we also got Pablo Santos. I actually thought he would go for a bit because he's Brazilian in an obscure league. It's another thing you want to watch out for when you do these early on SBCs, not to use players which are not native to the league. So you have like a Mexican playing in the English divisions. Just if you have an Englishman in the English divisions, just get rid of them unless they're left back or CDM. As you can see, this one, perfect links. You don't actually need a perfect link, you just need 2 silvers. I was unable to do it because, as I said, I got quite unlucky. I didn't really get the right players to finish these squads. I had to use that gold player, that center back. But we were able to finish it. You just need 2 silvers. You don't need a perfect link. You just need to somehow make it work. You just try out a bit and you get on it. Didn't get anything too good in the pack. But I did have a couple of 100 coins lying around. I think I did for one of the objectives, or did you get that for the very starter set? And as you can see, this is the one where you need the German striker and the English center mid. We actually didn't get any English center mid in those bronze packs, nor in the starter squad. So we had to buy one for 200 coins, but it's not too bad. You get a bronze pack for that. And you get the position modifiers, which you need for the following SBC. The following SBC is why you do not want to use your left winger or your right winger, because everybody gets 2 of them in the starter squads. They're bronze. And they're always from the same nation and league. That's because they want you to be able to finish this SBC, because you need to have them in there's a right forward and left forward in the formation, and you need to have them in the very correct positions without having links between them, and they need to have loyalty. Now, if you don't know, loyalty is a thing in the game where if a player is either pack pulled, so first owned by your club, they'll automatically have loyalty, which gives them 1 extra camp point, or they'll have to have played 10 games for you. As you can see, we went into this one. We submitted a Swedish striker, the Chinese right winger, and definitely use these untradables, left wing to left forward and right wing to right forward in this SBC, because they're very expensive. You're not going to want to buy them to finish this SBC. If you can use them in a squad and you don't mind about not finishing this SBC set, then just do that. I have way too much. I couldn't stand seeing a basic SBC not finished, so I would have to get it done. We get to a bit I did for that later. But yeah, we finished that one, and I think that was when we didn't. Oh no. See, these are very simple ones. The Let's Move Forward SBC set. You're just gonna lose quantity of players. You're not gonna come out with as many players as you go in with. You submit like in total 9 bronze players, but you get 4 gold player pick packs, and these are super simple. 3 positions. You just need to get 8 chemistry. That's either 2 players in the correct position or just any link and someone in the right positions. Don't worry about it. And but those are actually cool packs. I mean, they're non-rare, 75 to 80 rated golds you get from it. In each position, like through the center of the park, like goalkeeper, center back, center mid, and striker. But you can either pick these players for which will be handy for you for SBCs or for your squad. I recommend picking them for SBCs. I had more of a look towards my squad because I just got so unlucky with players I wasn't able to, and also with the fact that I couldn't buy players because I didn't get these couple of 100 coins through the start objectives, which are really handy to finish these starter SBCs because they don't cost a lot, and it just gives you a good basis. But I was unable to because I went out of money. So I picked a couple of those players to go into my squad, as I did with Ulreich. Willie Orban, I also picked more to go into my squad, but also because he's from Leipzig, which goes into marking matchups. I think I went for Willie Orban at the end. I was debating about picking Evans because he's a good card and will be good for SBCs down the line, but right now I had more use for Orban. And then right here, it's a good choice with Andre Gomes and Joao Mario in there. Grilic would have fit a Bundesliga contingency, and he's my compatriot being Austrian, but he's just not a very good card. So I went with Joao Mario, saw very much use in him for SBCs down the line, and a very good card, 4-star, 83 dribbling. And here I'm going to end up going with Quagliarella, quite simply because I know he has no pace, he has no physical stats, he's got decent dribbling, but he's got amazing shooting. It's gonna come in handy early on. Like you're not gonna have the most insane striker and coming off the bench or starting for you. That I wouldn't underestimate these attacking positioning stats, and when he gets the ball, when he isn't found in the right position, which he is most of the time, he's just gonna finish them. You can see we just couldn't finish these other SBCs. The third one fourth one is Let's Keep Going is this Loyal Lads one where you need left back, center back, CM. I just didn't have the money, couldn't do anything about it, so I decided to go into one game just to pick up a couple of coins to finish them off. We actually went into a squad battles match against the Team of the Week squad. I was debating, but you will see it a bit, whether going, as you can see, this is our squad. I'll just take you through it real quick. We've got Quagliarella and Ginczek up top. Ericsson, the lone player we got as left cam, he's the superstar of the team, definitely. Very good stats with that 5-star weak foot as well. Love it. We've got Serda at right cam, Tyler Adams at right CDM, Joao Mario at left CDM, Bronze left back, Mustafi at left centre back, Willie Orban at right centre back, and then Amiens, who is a French gold right back from the French second division, and also Ulreich in goal. Got decent chemistry, I think it's 85 or something along them lines. As you see, I struggled massively to get a manager into my squad. I don't know why it was so difficult. 90 chemistry even. And I just went into this game on professional. I was debating whether to go on world class, legendary. Normally I play more towards legendary. Most of the time just world class because it's just not as stressful. When I'm really feeling it, I'm playing ultimate. Most of the time I lose. But I haven't played FIFA in like half a year. I was really into into FIFA Ultimate Team. Like in FIFA 18, 19, I played it loads of times. And last year I started studying. Started going to university and just didn't find as much time. But I'm back on the wagon now. I absolutely love it. And here you can see first goal, 3 minutes in. It's Ginczek. What a finish that was! Like right into the top corner. If you want to just rewrite the tape, it's amazing. I was really impressed with Daniel Ginczek and Serda as well in this team. I could have and should have probably submitted them to an SBC afterwards. I already had them in the squad, but I just couldn't bring it over my heart because they were combining so well. You can see them here with the 1-2 and Serda then finding Quagliarella in the box. Just this poacher instinct, just finishes it off. I'm a big fan of them guys. So yeah, what can you expect from this series going down the line as we see the rest of the goals going in the background? Nothing special going on in the match. It's just going to be daily or every other day content, and we're going to be just looking to do some fun stuff, be efficient with our time, and look to play the game modes we just enjoy, not be driven towards anything. Now, I do like competitive FIFA. I do like trying to better myself at the game. I just don't like taking it too seriously. I quite like playing FIFA in a realistic fashion, like not going for the skill ones, just a bit of build-up and a good passing game. I know some people will mislike that, but it's just the way I like to play. And I know there's other ways where I could play the game more efficiently to get more wins. It's just not what I'm down for, and I really like, just enjoying my time on the game. So we're just going to be having a look at how to best do that. As you can see, we go on the counter-attack to score fifth and final goal. We have to play squad battles on a lower difficulty. It's very important to try and get a 5-0 victory, because that gives you the best coin boost, which is also correlating with the best score you get. Now, when you play the Team of the Week and the featured squad, that actually doesn't matter. You don't get any bonus points for that, as you do with the... Normally, if you didn't know how the points were generated, you can see it in the match stats at the end when you look at where you get the coins, which we'll move on to in a bit. 747 coins we got for that game, which is absolutely huge. You get points for goals, you get minus point for fouls, man of the match winners, pass accuracy, possession, and so on and so forth. You can get coins for all of this, and that also generates your score in the squad battles match if you're not playing against one of those set teams. And so I'd always recommend, if you play on a lower difficulty, just play up to 5-0, and then you can just let the game run out and save yourself some time. Yeah. So after that squad battles match, we had 1,000 coins in the bank, a couple of things we also could pick up from the objectives, so we get even more coins, and I think a couple of things sold as well. Just have a look at that. You got the Club Anthem pack. Many people think it's like pointless and waste of time to put all this building your club and stadium thing into Ultimate Team. I'm a huge fan of it. First of all, because it's awesome that you can like customize it, and I know a lot of people complain you should more concentrate on improving the gameplay, but just because they did this doesn't mean that they didn't do another thing. And also, obviously the gameplay is going to have bugs. People are going to find a way to exploit it, and it's not going to be fun, but you can't fix them all. So I quite like it, and it's very cool for career mode stuff. I'm obviously a big career mode guy, this building your stadium kind of thing. So I don't get why it's getting all the hate, and I really enjoy it. I don't know why there's so many celebrations and all that. That's not for me, but probably is for someone, so that's fine with me. Also, another thing you want to watch out for when you open packs, especially when you open gold packs, obviously, is with there not being any fitness in the game anymore, and those training attribute things neither. There's a lot more space for other consumables. Now, this obviously means, especially in bronze and silver packs, as there aren't so many other consumables as bronzes and silvers, you're going to get a load more contracts. But in terms of gold packs, you're going to get a load more chemistry styles and position modifiers. And right now, both of those are going for huge money, especially the position modifiers, because early on so many people are completing SPCs. Now here we go with the 1 league attack. These are just really simple. Just have a look in your squad if you have a couple of players from one league which aren't from the same nation, and then just fill them out. I think you'll have to have 3 silvers in there. Best tip for me is just go for an obscure league people don't really think about. At the German 3rd division, because I had a couple of players from there. Maybe not even the best choice. Maybe go for more like, the Ukrainian league. They only have 2 teams, but they're very international. That probably works. As you can see, the first tradable pack we opened, this was silver pack. Didn't think much of it. Jack Butland, high-rated silver goalkeeper from the championship. How much is he going to go for? I was optimistic. I listed him up for, 2.8k, and I couldn't believe it. But a couple of minutes later, he actually had sold. I don't know why people thinking it's back to FIFA 16, where Jack Butland apparently with his 81 rated card back in the Premier League was the best goalkeeper in the game, but I don't know how, I don't know why. When you open tradable packs early on, especially the silvers, because silvers are going for a lot of money, because a couple of SBCs require you to use silvers, and nobody opens silver packs, so silver packs are always going to be a rarity on the market, and whenever there's a bigger demand for them, they're going to skyrocket in price, especially some specific ones, as you saw with Butland and a couple of players, there's just not so many in that position from that league or whatever. As you can see, this French left winger, he's going to sell for almost 1,000 coins, even though he's from the 2nd French division, so there's nothing special about him, but there's just not that many French left wingers which are silver. People need those. So especially when you open silver packs, but early on, just any packs you open, just hit that Y button or what's it? Not square, but the one with the 3 corners. Not an English native, so sometimes I struggle. On PlayStation, like the up 1 button, the one where you get the goalkeepers out. Just click it, compare price, have a quick look, and if they're going for anything significantly more than discard, list them up. Don't discard them. I'd never, unless you desperately need the coins, I'd never advise you to discard players, because there's always a possibility to sell them sell them at a later date when I need it for an SPC for much more money. Now in this one, I only had 1 Paraguayan player, but Paraguay is one of those nations, because you need 1 nation, everyone from a different league. They don't even have their own league in the game, so people wouldn't think to use them. But they have loads of players in loads of different leagues. So for this one, I'd highly recommend using Paraguay. Because, people just don't think of it, so the prices aren't very high. And as you saw, we paid like 2,000 coins for it, even though we bought 4 of the players. And this is one of the rather expensive basic SPCs. And we get, I think, a premium gold pack. Is it? Yeah, premium gold pack for it. Let's see what's in it. An untradeable pack, the first gold tradable pack. So maybe we got some decent stuff in here. What's it gonna be? It is Renault, who looks psyched to be here. Absolutely psyched. He's never been happier than when he signed for this club. We had a quick look at all of them. I think Randolph sold for a bit under 1,000. With the non-rares, this year, for some reason, most of them have a price range starting at 600. And they discount 300. So whenever they sell for a bit more than those 600-700, you can list them up for. Try and sell them. Because there might be desperate times where you'd be tempted to discard them and you'd get a third of that. So that gold left wing back from the second Spanish division actually went for 1.5K or something. I also went to list up all the contracts and all. You're not going to need those desperately. There's going to be a lot of untradeable packs you open throughout. You get a lot of untradeable gold, bronze contracts for the very start. Just use those. It costs you a minute or so to put them on, and it's just way smarter. And so I just went to list up all these gold consumables, even the one that don't seem to sell for 200. I just listed up the contracts. They all went with time, like 3 or 4 relistings, and very happy with that. A good bit of coins coming in, and as I said, position modifiers and chem styles, huge money in those. As you saw, we got position modifier right wing to right mid, which isn't typically one of the more expensive ones, but we got like over 1,000 coins for it, and the finisher chem style, which is a fairly good cam style this year. I think now the finisher cam style is the one where you should get boost shooting and dribbling. So why not? This was actually SPC I wanted to use Soda and Ginchik in, but I couldn't bring it over my heart, so I decided to buy William Jose for 1,400 coins. Not quite necessary. You probably could have done it cheaper, but I just don't want to spend hours and hours on it because there's many more enjoyable things you can do than SPCs, but I would recommend doing them quickly at the beginning because it just gives you such a huge basis. Now, I quite enjoy doing SPCs personally, but sometimes it just gets tedious. There you go, a couple of good tradables packs. Mixed players pack with a load of players, just one rare. For gold, for bronze, for silver. Let's see what we get. It's a rare gold player. It's Nani from the MLS. Still got quite a good card for being, what is he now, 36 years old and playing in the MLS for a couple of years now. And he also went for quite a bit. This is what I'm saying. It also goes for gold players, not just for bronze and silvers. Players who are not native to the leagues often go for a bit more, especially when they're from big nations, because for a couple of those hybrid leagues or hybrid nation squad building challenges, you're going to need those. So yeah, good money there. A couple of 1,000 coins for Stengs and Nani, and also Nastasic selling. And as I'm saying, just go through it, list them all up. Some of them might not sell, especially silvers, because maybe there's just not enough on the market, but there isn't even any demand for them. Some of them will, and it's going to be huge for you early on. And yeah, I think we're approaching the end of the video now. I'll just, as next week, we're going to be looking to start the next few episodes all out with finishing an SBC set. I'm going to just do those in between the episodes, prepare them, and we're going to go through them together, open them up, do it live with a bit of a pack opening to start out with next episode. I'm going to have to look to have the marquee matchups done, and then we're going to do some of the hybrid leagues, hybrid nations, hybrid league and nation ones, because they give you very, very good packs. Like, don't underestimate that. And early on, you might think, why would I waste my money on that? Well, the thing is, you might just, early on, it seems like such a drag because every player, every semi-decent player is so expensive. But that's just the thing. You get a load of gold players, and even though you might not pull a walkout on anything, there's like an 82, 80 regular going for 15k. There's a couple of players, Rodrigo and what's he called? The West Ham striker, Michael Antonio, which is just extinct on the market. So you just immediate 10k for you. So just so many lower tier players which you can pack. That's why I just go for those as soon as you get the money to do them. And another thing I do quite early, do look at the objectives, try to get them done, but just don't put your life around it, because as I said, we should focus more on having fun whilst we play the game. So like the 3-nation FUT friendly thing, I don't think I'm gonna have the time to finish it now. If you still do, if that's still around, with the EA access thing, do it because it gives you quite good rewards with a couple of 75 plus player pack and also premium gold players pack, I think, which is an insane pack. Do those if you have the time. If you don't, just don't bother. Just play the game what you enjoy, and rewards will come with time. Because there are loads of challenges to finish, like win like 10 squad battles game, win up to 100 squad battles games, and all this stuff. Just to end out the episode, we're gonna have a look at what all sold, because in between this bit and the bit before, I actually went and opened a lot of bronze packs. It's just because I so desperately wanted to get that bronze SBC done. And I started opening bronze packs in 7.5k. Thought I'd open like 5 to 10, get the right players, and just finish it up and finish off for the night. I spent like 1.5 hours opening bronze packs. I spent like 15,000 coins in total on it. Now, in principle, I absolutely recommend opening bronze packs, but at some point it just gets tedious and it isn't fun. And I just wanted to get that SBC done, and I had like 8-9 options where I just needed one player. Is it a French left back, an English centre back, a German CDM, any of those? And they just wouldn't come. And finally at the end, I got the right English left back I needed, and finally got it done. Don't hang yourself up about this SBC as I did. You might be lucky and you just have the players in the squad from either picking a German starter squad or an English or whatever you did. Even if you don't, they're going to come in time. Just don't go in like me, spend 15,000 coins. Like in general, it's a good investment of your coins, but it's just not worth it overall. So yeah, we leave the club with about 1,000 coins in the bank, and a load of things on a trade pile. So hopefully they're gonna sell. A couple of packs to open, and the squad is unchanged up to this point. But I'm gonna look to make some cool upgrades for the next episodes, where we're gonna go into the division rival placements games. I'd also recommend getting those out of the way early, because when you're done with them, you get all the coin boosts which you would get for getting promoted into the division you get in. So even if you go into like 8th, 9th division or 7th division, you're gonna get the coin boost for getting promoted from the 10th to the 9th, from the 9th to the 8th, from the 8th to the 7th, and to whichever division you get into. I think it's if you like finish in division 5 or 4, which is about what my level used to be, towards division 3, you get like 90 to 130,000 coins. So that is huge money. And if you get that in early, you're just gonna have a lot of fun. You're just gonna be able to easily finish these SBCs early and build a huge squad. And I just recommend getting those out of the way early, so you get a good basis of coins. So yeah, this is our team with the low reward player we got at the end. It's Torreira. He's going to get a strong link to Mustafi, so we're going to look to build something off there. And I'll show you what the team became of in the next episode. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.